Hari Om. We chant Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, sloka number 19. Yatha Deepo Nivatastha Nengate Sopama Smruta Yogino Yata Chittasya Yunjato Yogamatmana. Chapter 20. Yato Paramate Chittam Niruddham Yoga Sevaya Yatta Chaivatmanatmanam Pasyannatmani Tusyati. Sloka 21. Sukham atyantikam yattad buddhimagrahyamatindriyam vitti yatta na chaivayam titoschalati tattvataha. 22. Yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tataha yasmin sito na dukkhena gurunyapi vichalayet. 23. Na vidyada dukkha sanyoga
No
na vidyada dukkha sanyoga योगम योगम संजितम न निश्चयेन योक्तव्यः योगो निविर्न चेतसा संकल्प प्रभवान् कामान् त्वा सर्वान् अशेषतः मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामं नियम्य समन्ततः. 25. शनै शनैरुपमस्ये बुद्ध्या धृति गृहीतया आत्मा सस्तं मनः कृत्वा न किंचित अपि चिंतयेत्. 26. यतो यतो निश्चरति मनश्चञ्चलम् अस्थिरम् आत्मनेव वशं नयेत्. यतो यतो निश्चरति मनश्चञ्चलम् अस्थिरम् ततो नियम्यैतत्. Hari Om. So welcome to you all. We continue our study on Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6. And as you know, Bhagavad Gita is, chapter 6 is Atma Sanyava Yoga, popularly known as Dhyana Yoga. So in this, what we have seen in the last couple of classes is that how to control the mind and how to experience that absolute bliss. And can that bliss be from the intellect or from the senses? Where is it coming? Is it the reality? Is it the Atma, because of which you are coming under absolute bliss, or it is because of the Indriyas and the objects of the Indriyas? So it says that Atyantika Sukha, infinite bliss, it can be intuited by the intellect. It cannot be experienced by intellect. It is intuited. And that is beyond the senses. And once you are established in that, bliss, infinite bliss, absolute bliss, you don't feel like coming up. You will not come. You will not search from the reality, from the Atma, that because that is the source of the infinite bliss. The Atma, the Brahman, the reality is the source of infinite bliss. Okay. So we saw many things, how once you gain that, then you will not think of gaining anything else. Because once you are established in absolute bliss, then you don't feel like getting objects of pleasure and dwelling on some experiences which can give you some temporary pleasure. Nothing is superior to that. Once you are established in that, then you are not perturbed. There is no sorrow. So that type of bliss you will aspire for. And they say that this mana that is going around and the kamas, that desires that arise, is because of sankalpa. Kama or desire is born out of sankalpa or reserve. So once you give up that, you renounce that sankalpa, the kamas, and you control your senses, then the mind will be controlled. Slowly, slowly, you will attain a quietude of the mind because you are controlling the mind from outside objects through the sense organs and not utilizing the sense organs, and you are transfixed in the self, in the your own self. Mind should dwell on the self only. Okay, and don't think of anything else. Then only you'll be able to attain that peace. And I told you how the wise people merge the speech into the mind. That means whatever you're talking, that means you do a sankalpa. That, I'll be maunam. Most of the time I'll be maunam. I'll do a sankalpa. So that's it. Bang manasi prakyam. So you merge the speech into the mind, then you merge the mind into the intellect, and the intellect into the Atma, which is Mahatyatma. That Mahatyatma can be merged with the total intellect or total peaceful Atma. This is the way, step by step, you can do. So today we are seeing the sloka number 26, which is telling us how to control the mind. What are why the mind goes away, why it is disturbed, or why it wanders away, and what is the remedy for it. Yato yato nischarati manaschanchalam asthiram tadastato niyametad atmaneva basam nayat. Yato yato means from whatever cause nischarati wanders away. What wanders away? The mind. Why it wanders away? Because mana chanchalam asthiram. Chanchalam means it is restless. It goes here and there. Asthiram means it is unsteady. And tata tata niyamya etat. So then whenever the mind is going out, tata, then from that only niyamya. Niyamya means you should restrain it, control it. What you control? The mind you control. So it is necessary to control the mind. It is just now. You can't say that no, my mind is going away, let it go. Yes, let it go, but you bring it back also. Then what you do with the mind? You keep it under control of the Atma. Mind was going out to objects of the world, you bring it back to the control of the Atma. So in this sloka, it is referring to the yogi or the seeker. The seeker, the yogi should bring the mind under the subjugation of the self itself. It will keep under the Atma. How it will do? By restraining the mind from all causes, whatever may be the reason why it is going out and you are not able to control, whatever may be, all causes. The causes because of which the mind is restless, the mind is unsteady, the mind wanders away. So you have to control the mind and establish the mind, restrain the mind into the Atma. Atmaneva, Atmani eva vasam nayat. Vasam means under control. बस कर देते हैं ना वही वसम, इसका बस में नहीं होता है. Like that word. Nayat means let him bring to that. Very simple paragraph, sloka, but you see what we delve and what meaning you get. Simple paragraph. See, all of us are aware. All of us have experienced that we are not capable of controlling our mind. Let's admit that. Some people are controlling more, some people are controlling less. But on the whole, we can say that we are incapable of controlling our mind. Because it is tough to keep the mind fixed in some, even objects also you cannot keep. One object to other, it will keep on going. And as the sloka says, you have to fix the mind on the Atma. That is more difficult. Mind always moves away, wanders away from the point of concentration, whatever you concentrate on. Atma is difficult, yes. Even if you concentrate on, say, food, it will go to somewhere else. If you concentrate on a gadi, it will go to somewhere else. Everywhere else you will wander, again come back. Because it is difficult. What are the causes of this wandering away? Because the nature of the mind is like that. Nature of the mind is, number one, mind is chanchalam. Chanchalam means fast, asthira, restless. Then mind is chapala. Chapala means it's a nimble-footed, it moves away. So that is the nature of the mind. It is restless and fast-moving. And third attribute of mind is asthira. Asthira means unsteady. So you cannot keep it steady. It's asthira, unsteady. It's chanchala, means restless. It's chapala, means it is fast moving. So these are the nature of the mind by itself. So you cannot say that why the mind is going. Mind's nature is like that. As a consequence, it will not be steady on a point of concentration. Because this is our goal, that we should concentrate, dhyana karne ka, or samadhi karne ka. So your mind should be steady on a point of concentration. It is difficult because of these properties. So these two properties of the mind, that is chanchalam, asthiram, have been very elaborately discussed by Bhagavan Sri Krishna with Arjuna, and later on Arjuna also has agreed that yes, it is fast, and Bhagavan says yes, but you have to control it. This is the elaborate discussion has taken place between Bhagavan and Arjuna. Why this thing happens? Why it moves away, why it wanders, why the mind goes out of control. There are some reasons for it, causes. Number one is the memories of the past. mind always get disturbed by your memories of the past. You always try to go back to your past history, what you were enjoying before and where you ate, or how you enjoyed your life, conjugal life, or whatever it is. Huh? Memories of the past, it reminds your past enjoyments, also sufferings. It's a very peculiar. You always go back to the past and think of the past, how you enjoyed or how you suffered, how you the mind pulls you to the uh, senses and the objects, the people, the places which you either you enjoyed or you suffered. Okay, so the mind gets disturbed with the memories of the past. This is number one. Number two is the proximity of tempting objects. Proximity of tempting objects means what? Okay, your mind is okay. No, you don't feel like eating more or something like that. But if some nice food comes on the table, obviously, अरे थोड़ा खा लेंगे, है ना? So that खाना नजदीक आ गया तो मन करता है खाने के लिए. नहीं होता तो खाता नहीं था. Same way, something beautiful things come, scenery. You look at it. और any एक तो वो एक गाड़ी मिलेगा, अच्छा गाड़ी मिलेगा, बैठेगा नहीं क्या? तो सब होगा. So that mind goes away because of the proximity of the objects tempting your mind to go. It can distract your mind. So even if you are trying to control your mind, it goes away because it is forced by the proximity of the objects there. Because that is coming near you. Proximity, maybe in your house or place or something, is available to you. Okay? So that's why you have to pull back the mind, even if it's nearby. Objects are there. Okay, number two. Number three is strong association with ideas or ideals. Means you have some idea. Hey, this is the way it should be done, or this is the way it should not be done. It may be right or wrong, you don't know. But mind is attracted towards those ideals. And mind wanders towards that. Any deviation is there, mind wanders towards that. So, strong association with ideals or ideas pulls your mind towards that. Now, fourth one is attachment or aversion. That means raga or dvesa. Raga, dvesa. Raga means attachment. Dvesa means aversion. I don't want this. Any of these two. If you like somebody, you want to go. You love somebody, you want to have close association. Or you don't like Karela, you'll throw it away. You'll not eat it. So seeing the Karela on the dining table, your mind is saying that I'll not eat. So this is what the mind is going away. Or seeing the Rasgulla, you'll feel like eating it. That means your mind is coming back. All this is creating, modification in the mind, reference in the mind, so that your mind is activated, it works. So, Raga Dvesa brings your mind, makes your mind active. Then there is another cause also. It is little technically different. See, sometimes you are over-exertion, or you are overeating also, or you are, drowsy because of something. That means, ज़्यादा काम किया तो you are exhausted. So when you are exhausted, your mind becomes dull. A dull mind, it is called inactivity. So mind cannot work too much. So when the mind doesn't work too much, it is called, uh, laya. Laya means going to sleep, nidra, isn't it? Overexertion, drowsiness, overeating. Sometimes the mind is like that, dull ho jata hai. Mind dull ho jata hai, so then you feel like sleeping. May not be fully sleeping, but half sleep. That half sleep, but that nidra is opposed to, you cannot concentrate then. If your mind is falling, you're not able to concentrate, then what type of dhyana you can do? If you say, no, 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 bring back the mind and keep it on the Atma, you cannot do because your mind is become dull. No dhyana, no samadhi. So this is the 5 different regions for your mind wandering away or not able to do dhyana. Now, Krishna is very clear in his discourse. He says, whatever may be the region, I'm not bothered about the region, the cause, effect, all that. I'm not bothered about that. Whatever may be the region, distraction should not be there. The seeker should not despair and give up because that is the nature of the mind. It will happen, but you don't cry about it. No, no. I've seen many people. They sit down for dhyana, meditation. In 5 minutes also they cannot sit. They'll say that no, no, my mind is going here and there, and I cannot sit for long. 10 minutes मेरा नहीं होगा, 15 minutes नहीं होगा. I say that whatever may be, you sit up. Even if your mind is going, let it go, let it come back by its own. Don't give too much of attention. Practice करो. अभ्यास है योग में वो होता है. So don't despair about it. Don't give up. Understand that it is the nature of the mind to wander away, and it is your bounden duty. Your means as a jiva, you are expected to control the mind. You took again and again, you control it. If it is going away, bring it back. Focus on the dheya, the object of concentration. You focus. So, how do you do that? Bhagavan says that let the seeker bring back the mind to the point of concentration. But it's easier said than done. Let me suppose you are focusing on a Saguna Sakara Bhagavan, say Krishna ka murti hai, Jagannath ka murti hai, you are concentrating on that. He says that wherever the mind is going, let it go, but bring it back and concentrate on that murti. Or here in the sloka it's saying, concentrate on the Atma. So can it be possible that bringing back and re-engaging the mind and concentrating on the Atma, the Bhagavan, is very tough. What is required? What you require is strong willpower. Willpower. The strong willpower. Manasakti. Manasakti is it. Okay. Even with strong willpower also, sometimes the mind may wander away. But you have to use your mind to bring the mind back. Let us remember, see, mind is what is the mind? There is nothing called mind. There is no physical presence of mind. No? Is there any physical presence? Can you see that? Can you hear, touch, anything? It's a subtle, no? But then that mind, even though it is subtle, it moves. It is said that mind is a flow of thoughts. Mind is a flow of, you can note down this, mind is a flow of thoughts. Means what? It is not steady. one thought it will not remain. Or the thoughts will come and thoughts will go. Like the flow of the river, the mind also flows from one thought to another, that thought to another thought. Like that, it keeps on flowing. So how do you control that? How do you say that my mind is steady, my mind is motionless? How do you say that? If it is steady, if it is motionless, then what will happen? The mind is in one state. And that state, we can say, no mind. Because mind, if the mind is flowing, then only we call it mind. If it is not flowing, then we call it no mind. Amanaska. That is the state we are trying to achieve. Amanaska. So that's why naturally the mind flows. Naturally the mind flows. And like a river is flowing, if you put a dam, sometimes it will overflow. It will flood the surrounding areas, isn't it? And what will happen? The water, what is stored there, because of the dam, the water will remain. That will become dirty. It will become putrefied. Same way the mind. If you try to put a barrier on the thoughts, the thought is not flowing. Like we do the yoga, chitta, bruti, nirodha, then the whatever thought is there, that will get purified. Unless you concentrate on something noble, like Atma or Bhagavan. So the solution is to let the mind flow. And the flow should be directed towards contemplation of the self. Understand? So you are not stopping the flow of the river. You are not making a barrage on the river. By that, you will make the water, flowing water, impure, putrefied. Whereas you are letting the mind flow, the thought flow, the thought should be directed towards the contemplation on the self. When you say on the self means what? Contemplate on that. That means you think of that. What is this mind? What is the Bhagavan? What is Brahman? What is this attributes? How to pray? All that, we have done the contemplation, How we do the dhyana, at the time of dhyana, how we do the, put your thought on this one. What do we call? Earlier I told you, this is called Brahmakara Vritti. Thinking of Brahman only. So that means your thought will keep on flowing. So mind is there and mind will be thinking of only Brahman Ara. So Bhagavan has clearly said here. He has clearly instructed the seeker. He says that bring the mind under the sway of the self alone. Self means Atma. You bring the mind under control of your Atma, not under control of the objects of the world, or your spouse, or your children. You should control your Atma, should control that, not objects. So this can happen only through your sheer, willpower and abhyasa. Abhyasa is what? Practice. You have to practice. Again and again, you have to sit down for dhyana. And some of you are not doing dhyana. So you must start doing meditation. Nididhyasana is absolutely necessary after Sravanam and Mananam. Kavita, please note. You have to start dhyana. Okay. So Bhagavan has clearly said that you have to control your mind and put it in the sway of the Atma, or the self. And that can be done through your practice and through your willpower. The mind merges in the self. By the time it becomes amanaska, it becomes no mind. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says this. You bring back the mind and contemplate on the self, and that mind is no mind. So when the mind wanders away from the Atma due to your some attachment with somebody, or raga dvesa, or some vasanas, because that only gets you kamana. No? You have some vasanas, some raga, some dvesa, because of the mind goes somewhere else. Then how to avoid them? There are two ways. One is positive, one is negative. So when your mind goes to some other object, इसमें तो तीन चीज देखो. You observe three things. Mithyatvam, that all this whatever you see is mithya. It is not satya. Then dukkhatvam, whatever objects you see or aspire for, that will give you only dukkha. Let it be very attractive objects, or what you like the most, but that will give you dukkha in the long run. So mithyatvam, dukkhatvam, and bandhakatvam. It will tie you up with that. Bandhaka. Limited. Will be limited for maneuvering. So basically what you want to do is that you develop a sense of vairagya. These are the deficiencies, difficulties, and so I should not get to that object. मुझे पकड़ लेगा, मुझे बंधक बना देगा, or it will give me sorrow, or it is false. All these things you think in your mind, and then why should I strive for that? So you don't go for things or people which will have these repercussions. On the other side, on the positive side, you visualize the attributes of Atma. Because it's saying, no, you control the mind from outside and put it on the Atman. So you see the negative side of the objects of the world, the people of the world itself, and you see the positive side of the Atman, the attributes. You visualize that. What you will see? You see how the Atma is eternal. Once I am with eternal Atma, I will become eternal. Understand? Once I am with the Atma, I know the Atma, I become Atma. Brahmavid, Brahmeva Bhavati. The knower of Brahman becomes Brahman. Okay? So if that Atma is eternal, Brahman is eternal, I will also become eternal. So I will become one with them. Then it is also the consciousness. It is not the physical body. Atma is consciousness. And I will become that pure consciousness. Then third thing is, that is also all pervading. There are some of the attributes of Brahman or Atma. You think the positive part of it is a consciousness, pure consciousness. It's eternal. It's all pervading. Everywhere it is present. The samatvam is there. The sameness is there everywhere. So my attachment, not attachment, it's a identification should be with that Atma, which is having so much of positive things, and I should have developed the vairagyam from the objects, the people of the world, which give me dukkha. Okay, so I give you so many points. So when the mind doesn't become lost, nor is it scattered, when it is motionless, it's not moving anywhere, and then it becomes one with the Brahman. And I told you, amanaska, the mind is not moving. Then you become one with the Brahman. That's what it says. Then in the one with the Brahman means what? You see the sameness in everything. The presence of Brahman is there everywhere. me or Mahesh or Kavita or Sakshanaji, they are all one. The sameness of everyone, every object of the world, huh? Every animal, every um, trees, all everywhere the presence of Brahman, Brahman or Atma or Bhagavan himself. You see the sameness in all. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Samatvam yoga uchyate. But this sameness should not be mistaken as no, uh, your dullness or drowsiness. Sometimes you'll be thinking that कुछ तो करने का नहीं है, मन को भी कुछ करने का नहीं, मन will remain only steady on the atma. Let it be. I'll go to sleep. And going to sleep is not helping because all this. Remember, at the time of dhyana, your mind should be alert. It's alert, but it's not moving. So that is the difficult part. You cannot. I mean, it's easy to become the mind become dull and then you drowse and maybe थोड़ा सो जाओ फिर उठो ऐसा करो. But that is not the way. You have to remain alert. The drowsiness and that sleep, that is not dhyana. Then you will say deep sleep I am on dhyana. It will not happen. So the mind should not tend towards any other object also. So that is what we are trying to do. So this can be achieved by utilizing your mind. Mind means not mind, intellect or intelligence, or you're also through abhyasa. Okay. So this sloka gives you a perspective of how the mind can be controlled, what are the causes of the mind becoming chanchala or asthiram. First of all, I told you what are the causes, what is the nature of the mind. Is asthiram, chanchalam, chapalam. And also, in other words, you also remember, mind is a flow of thoughts. Okay. Then I told you what are the causes of, what are the reasons for this mind moving away. I give you 5 reasons. Right? One is the memories of the past. Second, I told you proximity to tempting objects or the people. Past marega. Third, I told you that association with different ideals or ideas. Fourth is the raga dvesa, either raga or dvesa. Then fifth one is that overexertion or drowsiness that makes you dull and comes to laya. That laya is not good for concentration or samadhi. So these are the reasons for your mind moving away. So how to control the willpower as well as abhyasa. Okay. And mana, it is flow of thoughts. So flow of thoughts, you need not make a barrage to hold on to the thoughts, stop the thoughts, but you let it flow towards contemplation of the self. This is the key. So don't try to stop the mind completely. This is the difference between, dhyana or samadhi of Yoga Sutras and Vedantic meditation. Vedantic meditation tells you to contemplate on the Brahman or the Bhagavan, whereas Patanjali Yoga tells you to completely stop the thoughts. So you could contemplate on the self, direct your mind, the flow of thoughts towards a self only. Okay. And when some thoughts come, still some thoughts will come, something will come, some objects will come. Then you see the 3 difficulties of the objects. Mithya, Mithyatvam, Dukkhatvam, and Bandhakatvam. And you see the positive side of the Atma, that is, it is eternal, it is consciousness, and it is all pervading. Like that, many other attributes you can also take out. But these are the mainly you see the positive side and the negative side. That way you can keep your mind under control. Okay. So we will conclude here this sloka. Hari Om.